All right. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's Cotto Jr. with our 15 minutes to mastery that we do to get you some information, inspiration, and motivation so that you can go out and attack each and every day. So, what is going on? How have you guys been? I don't know what part of the country you're in, whether or not you have been a part of this whole winter storm, but man, we have been a part of it. And today I had to get out of the house for a little bit, put the boys in the truck, jumped in there, and went out, took a drive, and just to get out of the house because we were going crazy. But listen, you know, it just being in here and getting things done. The one great part about it is I've been able to just really get focused in on work and knock things out for our companies so that we can keep moving forward, right? But at the same time, it made me think over a few things. Today being Monday, I was thinking about, man, there's so many people out there that do just enough, and I experienced it because there were some things that needed to get done, and it's just you see this effort from folks. And so I wanted to talk about that. I'm really trying to figure out, why would you do just enough? And Rob Liano here on our quote, it's a great quote, says, if you always do just enough, you'll never have more than enough. That is, I mean, think about it, guys. If you do just enough, you're never going to have more than enough. It goes hand in hand, right? I was sending out a message to the sales team, because I was reviewing numbers throughout the day and things of that nature. And when it comes to those of you out there selling, if today should have been a great day where you able to stack up appointments after appointments, because just like you were stuck at home, if you're part of this whole winter storm, so were the majority of the people that were out there, right? And so if you put in the effort and you actually intentionally got out there and started to reach out to people, you would have made a whole you would have made a whole bunch of appointments, because you would have contacted so many people and found them and been able to help them move forward with regards to actually scheduling something with you. And at the same time, as I was going through the numbers, yeah, there were some people that didn't, right? Or there were some people that just did enough. You set certain expectations and they just do that. You see where they cut off right there, right? And I started to think, like, okay, today was one of those days where you could have really set yourself up for success. You could have really set yourself up to build out a strong pipeline. And if you did just the bare minimum just to get by, then guess what ends up happening? Okay. You never stack up enough business to be able to have the amount of people coming in to see you so that you can build a strong enough pipeline. Okay. So that you can build a strong enough pipeline to be able to help people and build up that business, that pipeline that you need in order to succeed in a high level. So let me see, I'm looking at the comments as well. I don't know, Gudelia Torres. Oye, pues, si no entiendes, ni modo, eso es primordialmente en inglés. But anyways, I'm going to get back to it, guys. Listen, if we're really trying to accomplish something for ourselves, I can only speak from my personal experience. Okay, I've been on both sides of this coin. For those of you that know who I am and what we do, there's that Dana White thing again. Man, I don't know. But anyway, for those of you that know what I do, know I don't do the UFC. I am not Dana White. But what I do is, work with sales teams across the country in the manufactured home space and consulting and training. And one of the things that we always talk about is, how can we help you execute at the highest level? Everybody, I'd love to, if you're watching this, and you can drop it in the comments. How many of you are satisfied with your level of production, of your level of income, your level of success? How many of you are satisfied with where you're at? And if you put it in there, or how many of you are not? If you're not, put it in the comments as well. Hey, say I'm not satisfied, because when I was in your shoes, when I was out there selling, over the last 15 years before I launched this company 3 years ago, I found myself some moments where I knew that I was just not doing what I should be doing. I wasn't putting in enough effort. I wasn't doing enough to build the pipeline that I needed to have in order to be able to really succeed at a high level. But I saw other people who did, right? You guys know, you guys have seen them, those people that do and execute at a high level, and they have this pipeline that is full of all these deals, and they're consistently funding and getting paid commissions and all these things. And you're there, and deep down inside, because I did, you're there, and deep down inside that you're not doing everything that you could have in order to have the same, right? In order to have the same as them. Pelón, marrana, no, 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 realmente no. Pero when we talk about that stuff, right? It all comes down to your effort. It comes down to what you're doing. And are you doing more than enough, or are you doing just enough? Because those folks that exceed the expectations, those folks that have that level of income that you're looking for, those people are doing more than just enough. Those people constantly are pushing themselves. Those people are continuously just finding ways to be able to increase the amount of volume, the volume of calls that they make, or touches that they have on their leads, and the amount of appointments that they're bringing in. They're always pushing, always growing, always getting themselves in that frame of mind that's going to allow them to hit the numbers that they're after. So, again, I'm looking at the comments. Nobody's going to drop in the comments. That's perfectly fine. But I would venture to say that if you're not satisfied, that's probably why you're not commenting, right? You're not satisfied with the level of success, or the amount of business that you have, or the money in your bank account. And look, with what we've done now with the company, with MH Sales Mastery, it's taken a whole lot of work. It's taken so much effort. It's taken a whatever it takes type of mentality. And it takes, you may not be willing to put in 7 days a week, and you can get by without it. But it just depends on the level of success that you want to have, the things that you want to get accomplished for you, for your loved ones, for your community, whatever it is that you really have set out for yourself. But doing just enough, okay? So many people out there are always trying to find ways to shortcut the system. Oh, I would. Then they want to pawn it off as, I'm working smarter, not harder. That's bullshit. Okay. You got to work smarter, and you got to work harder. It's both. It takes both. Anybody that's doing something at a high level consistently, anybody that is building something that is built to last, is both working smarter and harder. Look, I get to the point, we've scaled, we've added to our team, and we add to the team, right? We've got like 8 people on our team at this point. And I would think at this point, okay, man, I'm going to be able to take a breath. But just today we had a team meeting, a team call and going through the list of items that I have to do. And it's like, it's twice as long as what it was before. It's different levels of work. There are different things I need to do, different things that I need to focus on, but the work never goes away. So that's why I'm telling you, if you're trying to just do enough, you're never going to have more than enough. You're always going to struggle. Your family is going to struggle. Your kids are going to struggle. You're not going to do the things that you say you want to do. And there's so many of you out there who talk all this game, who say you want to do this and you want to do that, but then you just don't do it. And that blows my mind. It blows my mind, but I've come to realize that is just the majority of people. No matter how well intended you are, okay, and it's the same thing with your buyers. They're going to be the same way. They're going to act the same way. They're going to say that they want to do this. They want to do this for the family, and then next thing you know, they're disappearing on you. They're ghosting you. They're not getting you the paperwork you need. They're slow rolling you on everything. Why? Because it means they have to put in some work. So what is it going to take for you to go from doing just enough to doing more than enough? What's it going to take for you to get from having let me find the hack type of mentality to a whatever it takes mentality, because that whatever it takes mentality is what's going to help you grow yourself and your business, whether you are an employee, you're a sales consultant, whatever you, or you own the place. It's going to take you having that whatever it takes mentality to be able to really accomplish those things. Because when you do just enough, you're shortchanging everything that it takes to be able to reach those levels of success. Those of you trying to find shortcuts, those of you trying to scam the system, whatever it is, man, those of you that come into the business thinking that you're going to be able to make it happen just like that, and then you quit on yourself a couple of weeks in or a couple of months in, man, you're trying to make it seem like you're the exception to the rule. What rule is that? The rule that it takes time. It takes time and it takes hard work, and it takes hard work every day for that amount of time. And guess what? When you start reaching that consistency and you start seeing that success, guess what? The work gets even that much harder to maintain it. I'm just being honest. Why does it take more work as you start getting more and more successful and you start building your business or your pipeline? Because now the work that you have to do is on a different level. And that takes another jump in growth. You see, I'm going to put it to you this way for those of you that are on here right now. Wherever you're at in business, okay, whatever it is that you do, some of you on here may not be in manufactured home sales. I don't know. But for those of you that are, I'm just going to use you as the example. If you came into this industry over the last 6 months, let's call it even 12 months. If you've been in the business over the last 12 months, and you came into this industry, and let's say you were making $50,000, you averaged 50, I'm just going to use that number, $50,000 in your previous life before coming into this industry. And you decided you want to give this a shot because you saw some sort of ad or somebody told you, hey man, you can make 100, 150, 200,000, whatever you saw, right? And you think that you're going to get from 50 to 100 by being who you were at 50, $50,000 income, it's not going to happen. Now, it may happen just through the sheer level of work you put in. But here's the thing, to maintain that 100 or bump it up to 150, 200, there's some sales consultants that make $300,000, $400,000 a year, right? To get to that level, you need to level up. So not only are you learning how to do this career and this business, but you're learning how to be a better business person, how to be of more influence, how to be a continuous learner, how to be a person who continues to push themselves. See, there's personal growth and there's business growth. Some of you choose and you think that it's just about, if I just do the business growth, that you're going to be able to do that and maintain it and continue to scale it. Well, you're not. You can't get to this level if you're down here. You can't, what does the saying go? You can't soar with the eagles if you continue to be a turkey. Just saying. I'm just saying. So with that being said, what's it going to take for you to be able to do that? Well, it takes operating at a different level. We keep talking about that. You can hear me talk about operating differently, being different. Well, what does that mean? What does it take? It takes you realizing what you're after and the steps that it takes both in personal development, professional development, and in your business skills. But in order to grow on that level, in order to have a multi directional growth as an individual, you've got to learn to be more intentional about it. You have to put a plan together to have that level of growth and at the same time actually build the business so that you can have money in your pocket while you're scaling up, while you're growing your pipeline, while you're learning how to execute at a higher level. And so because of that, I want to invite you guys to be with us, okay, as we do this. This Wednesday coming up, we've got a free webinar that we're putting on for you guys that I want each and every one of you to get signed up for. Okay. And I'm trying to find the screen here that I can share with you. And it is not showing. Here we go. Right there. Okay. I think you guys can see it. Hopefully you can see it. on the screen. There we go. There it is. Put this way. Beautiful. It's called the Intentional Advantage. Okay. Putting this thing on for free on Wednesday, 6 p.m. And I'm inviting you to go get signed up right now. You click on this link right here, go to link and get signed up for it. It's this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central. We're going to be together for an hour and a half, and we're going to go through this. What does it take for you to level up as a professional, as an individual, and in business? We're going to give you the roadmap to be able to make it happen. This is completely free because I get frustrated, completely frustrated when I see people that talk a big game and say they want to do all these things for themselves and their families, but then they refuse to do the things that it actually takes. When they find out that it actually takes work to do that, and they start to go backwards on that, man, it is so damn frustrating. So I'll invite you all to be a part of this. I'm going to actually also put on the screen here the site that you can go to in order to get signed up for this webinar. It's completely free. Like I said, you can sign up for it, be a part of it with us. I've got it right here. It's down on the ticker. It's on Wednesday at 6 p.m. this Wednesday, in 2 days from now, where you can be with us to be able to make it happen and learn how to operate at this level and not cost your family anymore, and not follow through on what you said you were going to do for them, and not have them wanting, okay, not have them wanting for anything. There's the website, the link where you can go and get signed up, register for this webinar. You can go on our Facebook page right here. Go to our Facebook page and you'll see it as well. You can click on go to link, and that way you can get signed up. We're doing it this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central. Join us. We really want to see you guys take your life, your business, and your career to a whole new level. But it takes thinking differently and operating differently with intentionality in everything that you do. So I invite you to be a part of it with us. If you've got any questions, reach out to us on any of our social platforms. Okay, go on our website. You can reach out to us there as well. Whatever it takes, that's the mentality that you need to have, and you need to search out the ways to make it happen for you and your family. All right. So guys, look, I hope you have a great Monday. For those of you still trapped in the winter storms, I hope you guys are able to get out and about tomorrow and actually get back to business as usual. But remember, here at MH Sales Mastery, we want to make sure that we are here for you every single day of the week so that we can help you accomplish the things you're after. All right. Intentional Advantage this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Be there. Join us. Let's grow every single day. All right, guys, we'll be talking soon, man. Until then, as always, I can't wait to meet you.